with us. We'll try and keep the remarks pretty brief. We've got some remarks by Greg Delagi, our Senior Vice President of TI's wireless business. We've got some really cool demonstrations with new remarks from Remy Elwazan, head of our OMAP business, and Kent Novak with our DLP business, as well as seeing some really innovative demonstrations from some of our partners. Before we get started, we're just going to share with you a brief little video, and then I'll turn it over to Greg.
Okay, as is the case often in real-time environments, not everything has worked as according to plan. Hopefully the demos are all working in the back. My name is Greg Delagi. It's a pleasure to be here with everybody today. We are going to try to keep our remarks fairly brief. Just a couple of things that I wanted to try to highlight for people. First of all, it's been an incredible year at Texas Instruments. I look at some of the success that we had in 2009. I'd just like to highlight a couple of things to lay a little bit of the groundwork. If you go back a year ago to CES, Palm introduced the first OMAP-based smartphone, OMAP 3-based smartphone in the marketplace. It won Best of Show, and it was the first device to be able to do multitasking. In February, when we were here last year, Samsung introduced the Omnia HD. And if you remember, that won Best of Show as well. That was the first phone that was able to do high-definition encode decode. Take high-definition camcorder functionality and put it in a phone. Won Best of Show last year. Also OMAP 3-based. You go throughout the year, you saw many other firsts that were OMAP 3-based. The Sadio from Sony Ericsson, first 12-megapixel still image performance. You saw the N900 from Nokia, also OMAP 3-based. Again, multitasking was the theme there. Then you saw the Droid from Motorola. So a lot of really significant momentum built with OMAP 3. Well, that isn't the only reason I'm excited. What I'm really excited about is that's just the beginning. You look at the momentum that we have in the marketplace today, there are over 40 handsets that are in development today on OMAP 3 that'll be coming into the market this year. Also, with some of our technologies like the Pico projector, at CES this year, we showed 12 new products based on TI Pico technology. So just a tremendous amount of momentum that's coming. What we're here today to talk about is the next wave of innovation that's coming past that. And that's all about the technologies that we have in the next generation of application processor we have called OMAP 4, and some exciting things we're doing across several of our different product areas, which I want to highlight in a minute. But the key here is that it's the next wave of interaction that's coming that we're enabling at Texas Instruments. It is how we interact with our devices. And we're going to look at technologies like gesturing. We're going to look at technologies like interactive gaming. We're going to look at technologies like much more immersive web experiences. We're going to look at technologies like 3D capture and display. Really revolutionary technologies that are going to drive the next wave of innovation in the marketplace over the next couple of years. Very, very excited about that. To highlight specifically the top-level announcements that we're going to be making today, or the things that have already, I guess these have come across the wire. The first, we're sampling OMAP 4. Last year we announced at the show, we're sampling that. All of the demos that you're going to see here are really featuring all the breakthrough kinds of things that can be done with that OMAP 4 technology. So you're going to see lots of OMAP 4 because it is sampling, and we've got lots of great things to show you there. Number two, we are going to show you the Blaze development system. It's if you look up here in the upper right corner. This is building off some of the things you've seen us do in the past. This is taking all of this technology, embedding it together with multiple displays, multiple cameras, multiple sensors to really help developers innovate on top of our platform. So it builds off of what we've done in the past with things like Zoom. This for OMAP 4 is called Blaze. You're also going to see us introduce some things from a next generation Pico projection standpoint. You will see some actual products when Ken comes up to talk, where you see our second generation chipset in phones today. This is our third generation product area, and it's bringing significant improvements in terms of making it smaller and making it brighter, two of the fundamentals for what we're doing there. We've also got some exciting developments on the communication infrastructure side. And basically, if you look at the things we've done there, we've got a very strong position on the infrastructure side. The next generation products that we have are talking about a step function increase in performance. Today, we're shipping in volume production into the infrastructure market. These products will be 9 to 10 times faster than the products we're shipping into the infrastructure market today. So very significant breakthroughs, and again, we'll have some time to talk about some of these things. The last thing that we're going to spend some time focusing on, and you'll see as you spend some time with the demos, is we're going to spend a lot of time highlighting some of the innovative work that our partners are doing. A huge part of what we do here at TI is to lead the market, and to do that through our partnerships with lots of innovative companies that are doing some blockbuster things in terms of next generation kinds of innovations. And OMAP 4 is the platform to do that on. So to hear a little bit more about OMAP 4, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Remy El-Hussein, who will talk to you in some more detail about OMAP 4. Remy?
Hi. Like Greg was saying, actually we're super excited actually to be able to finally show the strength of OMAP 4. You'll have actually a lot of demos that you'll be able to go and check out right after that, actually, once we are finished here. And OMAP 4, when we kind of defined it, was actually 2.5 years ago. We really kind of defined it with HDI in mind, meaning actually this human-device interaction in mind. And it's allowing us actually to go and change on two aspects. First, the way we kind of see things, because you will see how much we are pushing from a 3D stereoscopic display, as well as the way we're actually allowing to have the Pico projection experience really actually part of the overall OMAP value proposition. When it comes to 3D, it's actually a fully holistic experience. It's not only the ability for you to see 3D images like you'll be able to see it in a few minutes from now, but it's also the ability for you to capture 3D and also to render 3D on a popular TV that I guess most of you will have or will buy in the coming years. So there is this viewing part of it. There is also the interaction part of it, because we have now actually multiple components of our technology which are coming along very nicely together. One is actually Pico projection, like I was saying, and Ken will come back on that afterwards. The other part which we're showing actually right after this is going to be around gesture recognition, and the last part is fundamentally the interaction between both. You may wonder, what is OMAP so special or so specific to go and help render that experience? Well, I'll give you some tidbits for you to go and put things in perspective. When you do gesture recognition, the lighting condition is pretty impactful. So the ability for your ISP, your image signal processing, to be able to actually deal with those lighting conditions is super important. The other element, to give you another element of it, still in the imaging piece, when you want to do capturing 3D, well, you have to capture it stereo, because it's 3D, so you need both right and left images taken care of. And we are the only platform today with OMAP 4 who can fundamentally do stereo capture. The last point or the last example I can make for you is fundamentally when you want to render 3D, well, it's also actually both left and right images. So you do not do 720p 30 frames per second, which is your usual performance. Now you have to do it at 60 frames per second. And here again, OMAP 4 is the only platform in the world today to be able to do that. That's why we feel so, I would say, convinced that right now actually OMAP 4 is by far the best application processor for the smartphone and mobile industry as a whole. So like I was saying, we have actually a lot of demos that you will be able to see afterwards. But right now, we had a great experience for you to show with what Dov and the team in Extreme Reality have been working on. Extreme Reality is a very close partner of ours and has been able actually to leverage their very advanced application framework running on our library, our gesture recognition library, running on OMAP to give you actually something pretty unique from an experience standpoint. So that being said, to you, Dov.